The funeral had already been going on for an hour. Soft music. Muted voices. Black clothes. Tears everywhere. The air smelled like flowers and grief. People whispered condolences. Hugged. Cried. Pretended to care. Some genuinely did. Some were just there to be seen. I sat in the second row. Hands folded. Eyes dry. Not because I wasn't sad. Because I was empty. Completely empty. We were burying my uncle. The only person in my family who ever truly protected me. When my parents fought. When money was tight. When relatives judged me. He stood in front of me. Like a shield. And now. He was gone. Suddenly. Heart attack. That's what they said. Quick. Unexpected. No warning. No goodbye. No last words. Just, gone. I still hadn't accepted it. The priest was speaking. Talking about memories. About kindness. About legacy. About how he will live on in our hearts. I stared at the coffin. Polished. Perfect. Too perfect. For someone who hated fancy things. My phone vibrated softly. Once. I ignored it. This wasn't the time. It vibrated again. Longer. More urgent. I glanced down. Unknown number. I hesitated. Then stood quietly. Walked toward the hallway. Answered. Hello. A man's voice. Low. Serious. This is Mr. Carter, your uncle's lawyer. My heart skipped. Why are you calling me now? I whispered. You were listed as emergency contact, he replied. And something just came up. What kind of something? I asked. Silence. Then. There is a clause in your uncle's will. That was activated an hour ago. My breath caught. Activated? I repeated. Yes, he said. By a living signature. My legs weakened. That's impossible, I whispered. He's dead. I know, he replied. That's why I'm concerned. I leaned against the wall. What are you saying? He lowered his voice. Someone just accessed his private trust account. With biometric confirmation. With his fingerprint. With his ID. With his passcode. My skin went cold. But, oh how? I asked. There's more, he continued. The security system at his private residence was also deactivated. Using his credentials. My mind raced. Identity theft. Forgery. Hacking. Or something worse. I'm on my way, the lawyer said. But you need to be alert. Alert for what? I whispered. For someone who should not exist. The call ended. My hands were shaking. I stuffed my phone into my pocket. Tried to breathe. Tried to think. Tried not to panic. I returned to my seat. The priest was finishing. A moment of silence, he said. Everyone bowed their heads. The doors at the back of the hall creaked softly. No one noticed. Except me. Because I was facing them. They opened slowly. A tall figure stepped inside. Wearing black. Face hidden under a hat. Walking slowly. Confidently. Like they belonged. My heart stopped. Because I recognized that walk. That posture. That presence. It was impossible. My blood ran cold. The figure lifted their head. And I saw his face. My uncle's face. Alive. Breathing. Staring straight at me. And in that moment, I realized. We were not attending a funeral. We were walking into a nightmare. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't scream. My uncle stood there. Alive. At his own funeral. People were still bowing their heads. Eyes closed. Praying. Unaware. I was the only one watching reality collapse. He slowly walked down the aisle. Each step steady. Deliberate. Like this was planned. Like this was rehearsed. My mind screamed. Run. Ask. Shout. Do something. But my body refused. When he reached the front, he stopped. Right beside the coffin. His coffin. Then he turned. And looked at me. Our eyes met. And he shook his head slightly. A warning. Don't speak. Don't react. Don't ruin it. My hands clenched. Sweat covered my palms. The priest continued talking. Oblivious. About heaven. About peace. About goodbye. My uncle leaned down. Whispered to the priest. Something quiet. Professional. The priest nodded. Confused. Then stepped aside. Ladies and gentlemen, the priest said hesitantly. We will take a short pause. Murmurs spread. People lifted their heads. Noticed the stranger. Whispers started. Who is that? Security. Family. My uncle removed his hat. Slowly. Deliberately. His grey hair. His scar. His familiar eyes. Exactly the same. Gasps erupted. My mother screamed. Someone fainted. My cousin dropped to his knees. What is this joke? An aunt cried. My uncle raised his hand. Please, he said calmly. Let me explain. Silence returned. He walked to the microphone. I'm alive, he said simply. As you can see. Shock froze everyone. For the past year, he continued. I have been investigating fraud inside this family. People exchanged looks. Nervous. Confused. Angry. I suspected someone was stealing from my companies, he said. And from my trust. So I pretended to die. A wave of disbelief hit the room. You faked your death, my cousin shouted. Yes, he replied. With help. Doctors. Lawyers. Investigators. All sworn to secrecy. To expose those who thought I was gone, he said. He looked directly at my father. Then my aunt. Then my older brother. Their faces drained. For 1 month, he continued. I watched. Listened. Recorded. Tracked. And some of you, he said quietly, revealed your true faces. He signaled to security. Screens lit up. Videos appeared. Private meetings. Phone calls. Bank transfers. Plans to sell assets. Arguments over inheritance. My father shouting. He's dead. We take control now. My aunt saying. Transfer everything before it's frozen. My brother laughing. We're rich. The hall exploded. Shouting. Crying. Denials. Threats. My uncle didn't flinch. I knew someone would try to access my accounts, he said. And someone did. He turned to me. That's why I made you emergency contact. My chest tightened. You were always honest, he said. Even when it cost you. Then he looked back at the family. And now, he said calmly. It's time for consequences. Security moved forward. Police officers entered. Handcuffs ready. My father collapsed into a chair. My aunt screamed. My brother tried to run. Blocked. Court. The funeral had turned into a courtroom. And the final verdict was about to be delivered. The police escorted them out. One by one. My father. My aunt. My brother. People I had grown up with. People I had trusted. Now in handcuffs. Heads down. Silent. The hall was empty within minutes. No whispers. No pretending. No lies. Only truth remained. My uncle sat down heavily. For the first time that day. He looked tired. Old. Human. I rushed to him. You scared me, I said, my voice breaking. I thought you were gone. He smiled weakly. I had to know, he replied. Who loved me, and who loved my money. We hugged. Tight. Long. Like survivors. A week later, the investigation was complete. Funds were recovered. Properties frozen. Charges filed. Justice served. My uncle restructured everything. New management. New trustees. New rules. No family shortcuts. No blind trust. And then, he changed his will. He made me executor. Not because I was perfect, but because I was honest. You protected my name when I was dead, he said. So I trust you with my legacy while I'm alive. I didn't inherit everything. I inherited responsibility. And that mattered more. Life slowly returned to normal. But I was different. Stronger. Wiser. More careful. I learned that blood doesn't guarantee loyalty. And funerals reveal more than tears. They reveal truth. Today, my uncle is healthy. Laughing. Living. And every birthday now feels like a miracle. Because I almost lost him once. Without actually losing him. Glowing star moral of the story. Never measure love by words spoken in public. Measure it by actions taken in private. True character appears when no one thinks they're being watched. White right pointing backhand index. If this story touched your heart, share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our channel for more powerful stories.